vlog was going to be a lot sooner, as I mentioned last time, hopefully before my birthday, but actually it's just as where I held off, because the vlog I was going to do was going to be a massive kind of rant-a-thon, and although I'm going to be doing some ranting in this vlog, let's just say I've calmed down a lot since the last one. To start off with, I had a wonderful birthday. Didn't do much on the actual day, but I had a friend the weekend before. A friend come over to visit, and then on the Tuesday went bowling with friends. Had a lot of fun doing that. And then the following day I had a cake there, and then the following day I had friends over and they bought a cake, so I was completely caked out by the end of the week. And then my dad came over to visit that following weekend, so it was busy. On my actual birthday though, I did go with a friend to see Shrek 4, which I'll review shortly. The pets are doing really well. Mulder is just, well, Mulder. He's coming up to 9 months old now, so he's okay, but at the same time he's still not, you know, kind of gathered on how to introduce himself properly to people. The kittens are growing really fast, and they are actually ready to go now, so that's going to be really weird not having them tanking around, because they are running around at the moment, so if you hear lots of banging, it's them. But the main thing would be I went to London just this week gone, the 17th of July. Went to London to the film and comic convention at Earl's Court. Absolutely everything that could have gone wrong did go wrong. It was just ridiculous. It all started, I had tickets booked to go National Express coaches. That should have been the warning, because, you know, 20 years ago maybe, me and the family travelled via National Express to Llywelyn, Wales. That was a living nightmare. We had to go via Birmingham and change, and buses were cancelled and blah blah blah. So I'd kind of hoped that in that time process that had passed, they would have improved. Now, my friend who was travelling from elsewhere apparently didn't have any problem, and actually had like coaches that ran earlier. I got to town to catch my bus. I got there early, and the coach was running late, and I'm watching my, you know, my clock on my phone, and still waiting, and still around, and there's all these other people kind of waiting as well. Like, are you waiting for the coach for London? It's like, yeah. 40 minutes later, this thing finally turns up, and the guy's kind of like, I'm sorry for the delay, you know, kind of rather offhandedly, as if he'd only turned up 5 minutes late. So I got to Heathrow, which is where I needed to catch a connecting bus to Earl's Court. Now, despite the fact that the coach that I got from town was 40 minutes late, I managed to get to Heathrow in time to catch my connecting coach. So when I turn up, and then I go over to this woman and ask where the coach is, and she says it's been let go, let's just say I was kind of not happy. It turned out, and this is 8 minutes before the coach was supposed to go. And I said, you know, waving my ticket, well, I'm booked to go on this coach. And she said what had happened is they'd had another coach that was running late, and people had connecting journeys and stuff. And I was like, yeah, but I've got somewhere to be. It's not my fault. So what they'd done is they'd let it go early so that these people getting on this coach could get to their connecting journeys. And I'm like, but that's not my problem. I'm here on time. I'm booked on that coach. And she's like, well, I'll make sure you get on the next coach. I'm like, oh, yeah, of course you will. but but that meant I was like even later, and got off. Ended up, I kid you not, I didn't, because I'd looked at a map on Google Maps the night before to try and figure out whereabouts like Earl's Court was in conjunction to where the coach stopped. So I got off and I ended up walking like a mile that way, and then kind of going round and feeling. And I found a Sainsbury's, and I popped into there, and I'm like, "Where's Earl's Court?" And she's like, "This is Earl's Court, you know, this area." I'm like, no, I want the exhibition centre. Oh, you have to go all the way, turn left, then turn left again, and literally I'd walked like a mile, like I say, that way, to then come a mile back. And then straight, and it literally turned out that all I had to do is, if I'd gotten off the coach and looked like opposite, I mean, I couldn't really get across anyway because it was like a dual carriageway, but all I'd had to have done is got off and walked straight down this road and I would have been there. But no, I had to go the odd way because I'm me, of course. So so there was that. Finally get up there, finally meet up with my friend, and I had a ticket booked, a photo shoot booked with to have a photo done with Tom Noonan, who was oh God, I can never remember his character's name, Dollarhide or whatever in Manhunter, and for my file friends, he was Roach in Paper Hearts, and and he was in Last Action Hero as the Reaper. So so I had a ticket booked for him, except then they'd released it. My coach, you know, the original coach that would have got there on time, would have got me there for 11:15. Except they released the times of the photo shoots and after that fact, and his photo shoot was at like 10:20 because he was seen as a lesser star. So they'd done it so that he was before the kind of 11 o'clock standard entry time. Well, so I go along and I'm like, look, I've missed this because of, you know, coach and that. If I'd not booked the photo shoot, then I missed out, then, you know, that would have sucked. So they're trying to figure out, you know, kind of a way of, they're like, well, is there somebody else you would like to get a photo with? And the only other person I could think of was Kristana Loken out of Terminator 3, and more recently actually Painkiller Jane, which I've not got into, but I know she's in it. So I said, well, yeah, her. So they run off, and we were going to go see, because William B. Davis at the X-Files, the cigarette smoking man, was there, and he was due to about to do a talk. So like 10 minutes to go, and this guy runs back. Kristana Loken's photo shoots have booked out. So it's like, well, there's nobody else, and they had all these people from like True Blood and Being Human and stuff like that, and I'm totally not into those shows. So I was like, no, I don't want a photo shoot just for the sake of a photo shoot. So they're like, well, come back in a half hour or so. So, of course, we went for the talk, which was really good and stuff. And we had a walk around and met a number of stars, including Kenny Baker out of Star Wars, Leslie Hoffman out of A Nightmare on Elm Street, Tom Noonan, of course, who was, I kid you not, this guy's huge. I mean, having met Peter Mayhew just a couple of months ago, I just couldn't believe how tall he was, and my dad's 6'4", so I mean he must have been like 6'6" or 7 or something. There was who else? Oh, Dante Basco, who does a lot of voiceover work for like anime stuff. But he's I know him mainly from he was Rufio in Hook. Which I loved a bit, so he was lovely to meet. Great fun to talk to, and even better is that he was signing stuff for free. Your first item was free and then you had to pay for like the following ones, but he was really, really lovely. There was Kristana Loken, who I actually went up and got an autograph for, and she was amazingly lovely to talk to, and she seemed down to earth and, you know, happy to meet fans and stuff. And William Shatner. As well, of course, Mr. William B. Davis. Then there was William Shatner, who was a living nightmare to me.